Two worlds, one city. Last week, a Hyde Park penthouse sold for $150 million. Champagne, luxury, and a view most can only dream of. The owner? Likely an investor, not a resident. It's a symbol of a Britain that feels more fantasy than reality. Just a few miles away, I stood outside a food bank in East London. The queue wrapped around the block. Not just the homeless, mums with prams, pensioners, people in work uniforms, all hoping for basics. Pasta, beans, milk. No celebrations here, just quiet faces, holding on with dignity. This is modern Britain, a city split in two. On one side, a playground for billionaires. On the other, families pushed over the edge by the cost of living crisis. The gap isn't just wide, it's a chasm. The wealthy multiply their fortunes, living in a world of private schools and exclusive postcodes. For everyone else, safety nets are fraying. Community centers close, public services are stretched, and hard work no longer guarantees security. This isn't just about money. It's about hope, opportunity, and belonging. The divide grows deeper, right in front of our eyes. These two worlds barely touch, yet they share the same streets. The crisis is hidden in plain sight. Britain is being pulled apart, and the distance between these worlds is only growing. The question is, how much further can we stretch before something breaks? The postcode lottery, where you're born in the UK, can decide your future before you can even walk. Your postcode shapes your air, your school, your life expectancy, your job prospects. In Surrey, you might live a decade longer than in parts of Glasgow or Blackpool, not because of genetics, but environment. Good healthcare, clean air, better food, less stress, these are postcode privileges. Education, wealthy areas mean better schools, more resources, and connections. In deprived towns, schools struggle with funding and staff. Ambition is everywhere, but opportunity isn't. Jobs follow the same pattern. Near London or Manchester, opportunity is on your doorstep. In former mining towns, options are few and far between. Your postcode is an invisible wall dividing the nation. The odds are stacked from day one. To see the divide, visit Jaywick Sands in Essex, often called the most deprived place in England. Roads are crumbling, houses decaying, and hope feels scarce. Sharon, a lifelong resident, tells me, "We're forgotten, no jobs, no investment. Young people leave as soon as they can. It's a community left behind, cut off from the prosperity nearby. Now, travel 80 miles to Kensington and Chelsea, one of the world's wealthiest postcodes. Pristine streets, luxury cars, designer shops. Here, the problem isn't poverty, it's where to park your third car. I meet a financier. Opportunity is concentrated here. My kids have every advantage. Top schools, music lessons, travel. He's not a villain, just a product of a system that funnels wealth into a tiny corner, while others are left to struggle. These two places exist in the same country, but feel like different worlds. The system rewards some, abandons others. The divide isn't accidental, it's built into the map. The question isn't just why the gap exists, but why we allow it to keep growing. Britain's extremes are no longer hidden, they're side by side. The contrast is stark, and it's shaping lives every day. This is the reality of two Britons. This divide didn't appear overnight, it's decades in the making. In the 1980s, Britain's old industries, coal, steel, shipbuilding, collapsed. These jobs weren't just work, they were identity and pride. When the factories closed, communities lost more than wages. They lost purpose. The government pivoted to finance and services, centered in London. Investment poured into the capital, transforming it into a global powerhouse. The North-South divide became economic reality. The promise was that wealth would trickle down. For most, it never did. Left behind, unemployment, derelict towns, and a brain drain as young people moved away. Local businesses suffered, services were cut, and communities unraveled. The scars of this shift are still visible, etched into landscapes and lives. The cycle of decline is hard to break. The legacy of lost industry still shapes Britain today. Inequality is reinforced daily by systems meant to serve everyone, education and transport. In wealthy areas, schools benefit from extra funding and parental support. In deprived areas, head teachers choose between fixing roofs or buying books. Bright kids everywhere, but not equal chances. Transport tells the same story. London's network is fast and efficient. In rural Yorkshire or the Midlands, buses are rare and trains expensive. Poor transport means missed opportunities, jobs, education, even social life. If you can't get to work or college, you're stuck. While London gets new lines, other regions beg for basic upgrades. The system funnels opportunity to one corner, leaving the rest waiting. Broken ladders, broken promises. This isn't just about money, it's about people. Poverty and lack of opportunity take a toll on health and hope. In deprived areas, chronic illness is more common. Heart disease, diabetes, mental health struggles. Overwhelmed services mean long waits for help. When hope fades, crime can rise, not from lack of morals, but lack of options. The cycle deepens. Stigma, less investment, more despair. The most dangerous consequence? The death of hope. People feel powerless, ignored by politics, and forgotten by the rest of the country. This isn't apathy. It's a rational response to a system that's failed them. The divide is tearing at the UK's social fabric. To understand the divide, you have to listen. In Barnsley, Mark tells me, "This town had pride. When the pit shut, the heart was ripped out. My son works harder than I did, for less." In the Northwest, Chloe dreams of being a nurse, but can't afford the travel or childcare to reach university. Her daughter's school is struggling, the youth club closed, and the local park is unsafe. These aren't isolated stories, they echo across the country. There's a deep sense of injustice. People see wealth in London, but none of it reaches their towns. Politicians promise change, but on the ground, nothing improves. The anger is real, and so is the pride in their communities. They're tired of being treated as second-class citizens. This frustration fuels distrust and makes people vulnerable to populist promises. It's not about pity, it's about fairness. The forgotten towns want a fair chance, not charity. They're right to be angry. Their voices matter. The country can't move forward while so many are left behind. Brexit was a cry of protest from forgotten towns. The government promised to level up, to close the gap, boost services, and restore pride. For a moment, there was hope, but reality fell short. Investment has been small and often cosmetic. Planting trees doesn't replace lost factories or gutted council budgets. Big strategic change never came. The gap hasn't closed. In some cases, it's widened. For people like Mark and Chloe, life hasn't changed. Leveling up feels like another broken promise. So, what's the answer? We need more than slogans. We need a national mission for fairness and opportunity. That means real investment, billions for transport, education, and future industries, especially in places left behind. Power must shift from London to local leaders who know their communities. Local voices should shape their own destinies, with real budgets and accountability. This isn't charity, it's justice. We must stop seeing regional progress as a zero-sum game. Every child's potential, from Hartlepool to Hampshire, should matter equally. The postcode you're born in shouldn't decide your fate. The task is huge, but the cost of inaction is far greater. Britain's future depends on bridging this divide, together.